In November 2012, CPI inflation stood at 11.2%. The current account deficit by the first quarter of 2013-14 had reached 4.6% of GDP, and the normal foreign exchange flows until March 2014 were 15 billion US. We inherited a sentiment of, if I may say so, doom and gloom, and the investor community had almost written us off. We have come a long way since then. The latest CPI inflation is 5.1%, and the wholesale price inflation is negative. The current account deficit for the year is expected to be below 1.3% of GDP based on the new series. The real GDP growth is expected to accelerate to 7.4%, making India the fastest growing large economy in the world. Foreign inflows since April 2014 have been about 55 billion US, so that our foreign exchange reserves have increased to a record of 340 billion. The rupee has become stronger by 6.4% against a broad basket of currencies, and ours is the second best performing stock market amongst the major economies. In short, Madam Speaker, we have turned around the economy, dramatically restoring macroeconomic stability and creating conditions for sustainable poverty elimination, job creation, durable double-digit economic growth. Domestic and international investors are seeing us with renewed interest and hope. While being mindful of the challenges, Madam Speaker, this gives us reason to feel optimistic. With all humility at my command, I submit that this opportunity has arisen because we have created it. The people of India have voted resoundingly for quick change, faster growth, highest levels of transparency. They wanted the scam, scandal, corruption Raj to end. They wanted a government in which they can trust. We have lived up to that trust. Our actions have not only been confined to the core or the macroeconomic areas alone. Illustratively, action has been taken with regard to allocation of natural resources, financial inclusion, health and hygiene of the common man, girls and their education, employment for the youth, improved and non-adversarial tax administration, effective delivery of benefits, investment and job creation, welfare of labor, agricultural productivity and increasing farm incomes, power digital connectivity, skilling our youth, efficient and better work culture in our government, ease of doing business, mainstreaming northeastern states, and reviving our pride in the nation and culture. I am giving the details in an annexure to this speech. Madam Speaker, of the work that we have done, I would like to talk of 3 achievements as they demonstrate the quality and conviction of our government. One is the success of the Jan Dhan Yojana. Financial inclusion has been talked about for decades now. Who would have thought that in a short span of 100 days, over 12.5 crore families could have been brought into the financial mainstream? The other is coal auctions. Earlier, the states only got benefit of royalty. Now, by transparent auction process that we are carrying out, the coal-bearing states will be getting several lakhs of crores of rupees, which they can use for the creation of long-awaited community assets and the welfare of their people. The third is Swachh Bharat, which we have been able to transform into a movement to regenerate India. I can speak of, for example, the 50 lakh toilets already constructed in 14-15, and I can assure the members of this august House that we will indeed attain the target of building 6 crore toilets. But, Madam, Swachh Bharat is not a program of hygiene and cleanliness, but at a deeper level, a program of preventive health care and building awareness.